everything. And the only Cuban family they socialized with our family. So they invited me to dinner at this one of the Americans.
Why were they only socializing with your family?
I don't know. Well, maybe because my father had a good job with them, you know, with the Americans.
Well, your two brothers were working for the Pingree, correct?
Not at the time. They were in the
Okay.
Navy. They were working at Guantanamo Bay at the time, and then they came and worked at the farm, at the ranch, which was half of the province or something like that. But so then they invited me for dinner. This couple, American couple, they were older, and they had a daughter, my age. We were friends. So we went to the house, and so they introduced me to this young man that was there. We had dinner and everything, and so he was going to MIT. He just finished MIT, and he was going to go back to get the master's degree. So, like a couple of weeks later, 2 or 3 weeks later, he was there for a vacation after MIT. They said, he was in Cuba because the Pingree were his cousins, So then he asked me to go out to the movies because there's not much in Ermita. It's no restaurant to go to dinner or anything. So we went to the movies, but every time we went out, we had to go with my mother and sister and brothers and everybody. It was like about 8 of us. Everywhere we went, it was 8 of us, So I never saw him alone until the wedding night. But I think he asked me to marry him shortly after that. I think it's to get rid of the crowd,
What is shortly after meeting? We're talking like 2 weeks? A few months?
I don't know. We were married like 5 months after I met him or something. Very short.
Now, what did you think of him?
Listen, we're going slow.
What was your impression?
The impression he was very smart
slow it
and
down,
very
buddy.
handsome. I think he was handsome. He was very handsome at that age.
He was American and he was handsome.
And did
How
you
did he
did you
ask
feel
you
like you
was?
did you
Which one did he look like?
Wasn't he? He was very charming.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was very handsome and very nice. Yeah, I mean, I met him. I
Was
don't
he
know what he was saying, but I thought he was nice.
Oh yeah, wait, you missed the part where you guys didn't speak the same language.
She didn't speak English. He didn't speak Spanish.
So did you have fun together? Or
But
was
I know some words, and my brothers translated for us, so we could talk to each other, and everything. So it was nice, very nice.
How
Then
did he ask you?
Then he just asked me one day with the crowd when I was kind of quiet.
He said, "Would you like to raise some pigs with me?"
No, that came way later. He just asked me, "Would I like to marry you?" And I was like, shocked, my goodness, So I talked to my mother and my family and everything, and they was. You think you like him and everything seemed to be okay, and so then he went back to the United States, and then he came back there a few months later, and then we had the wedding. I went to Mr. Pingree flew me to Santiago de Cuba to buy a wedding dress. The pilot there. The pilot was my brother-in-law. Out of his planes, so they sent him to take me to Santiago de Cuba, and I bought a wedding dress.
That was Alan Pike, wasn't it?
Alan Pike.
Yeah, Alan Pike. Johnny Pike. No, Alan is his son.
Oh, that's right.
Johnny Pike, your cousin by marriage?
My brother-in-law.
Her sister's husband. Alan is their son, who's our cousin.
My sister's husband, my brother-in-law, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were right.
Right.
We were just trying to figure out who it was.
Oh, okay. So no, then we came back, and then they had a wedding.
This one just burned out.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Then we had a nice wedding, big outside wedding. At the Pingree, they had a big place, and we just walked over there, which is
We have
something like-
pictures of that.
I've seen a video.
Really?
We have pictures of that, and you were stunning. And you were
Yeah,
like,
I've seen a colored
I was
video.
seeing it,
you were like the size of Juliet.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Just before
Maybe
I
a
got
little bit
married.
taller.
Just
But
before
about
I got
yourself.
married, I weigh usually 108 or
Should we
so.
have it?
I had like a
Picture?
sore throat, and I was very sick for a week.
Of the wedding?
So I lost a little bit of weight,
We might have
So I must have weighed, when I got married, I weighed 98 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
How much do you guys weigh?
So I was a
Sophie weighs
skinny.
98
Did you have a chance to date before you met Frank?
No.
Because you were
She
15 or
was at
16,
the
right?
convent school.
I wanted to
She was
come
at
and
a
then I come
nunnery.
out and that's it.
How were you said the Pingrys were cousins.
What?
How were the Pingrys cousins again?
Because Granny Rogerson and Mrs. Pingree were first cousin and they grew up like sisters.
Yeah,
They grew up. Their mothers were sisters.
that was it.
Their mothers were sisters.
Because I love the book that Mary Pingree wrote of her trip to Europe with Granny in 1914.
Mm.
Anyway.
And then she went around the world with her father.
Right.
And then she got married in England.
Yeah.
In a little place, in a little chapel in England. And all the friends from here went over, to the wedding.
Yeah.
So then we got married and we flew to Miami and Granny and Grandpa, it was in May, and Granny and Grandpa just left Florida to drive back to Massachusetts because they were spending winters there. So they left a car behind for us in the airport. So then we went to the car and then we drove all the way to Massachusetts.
Wow. What were your impressions coming from Cuba?
Well, I was thinking, boy, okay, the floor of Miami, Miami
Well, it
was
was May.
great.
It was May when she got here.
And,
It was cool.
Oh, that's, yeah.
And then we
Cuba.
went to a place that had a fair with it. We went riding in the, must have been
Ferris
South
wheel?
Carolina or North Carolina or something like that.
Ferris wheel?
Yeah, Ferris wheel. And I get so sick.
The Outer Banks or something? I mean,
No, it
Myrtle
was
Beach.
one of the
Fair.
places in North Carolina, South Carolina. And then we kept driving and driving. And we ended up in Massachusetts, in Duxbury, at Granny Rogerson's birthday, May 8th.
Alyssa, who lived right in the house
May.
right there.
So and they kept saying, isn't this a beautiful day? Isn't this a beautiful day? It was a lovely sunny day, but it was like 58 degrees. And then that was lovely, for them. I was like, wasn't this a lovely day? And I was thinking, if this is lovely, I have to see what the Bibles are like.
They didn't speak Spanish, right? And you didn't speak English, so how did you understand what they were saying?
I know a few words, so we do, we had a book, a translation book thing, and, things like that.
It must have been lonely.
It was very lovely because I was coming from a big family and he was the only child there, so it was the first year.
Yeah,
very
coming into a
difficult.
big country like this.
I know, and no allies.
And then I started learning English because, so I just started taking, one of his cousins was a teacher or something. She
Where'd you
came to
live
the
right
house.
when you got here?
Huh?
Where'd you live right when you got here?
It was a house on Washington Street. And Granny called it number 5. They have numbers, the houses.
Near Exxon.
That was number
like
5
3 houses down from Exxon on the left.
from the,
Okay.
when you go down from.
Mhm.
who
So
lived
that's what
there?
it was.
Well, what a great
Right before
time.
Dixie White. But who the people that lived there most recently?
Blonde girl and Margaret.
Yes, a girl. They had a
Yeah.
girl in your name. I mean,
This is so bad. All I remember is she had braces. I don't remember her name.
You know the mother. Okay.
Is that
Who are you trying to say, Terry?
Who lives at that house now?
The people that live.
Is that
Oh,
what,
part
let's let Mom finish her story.
Okay,
It
sorry.
has now it has a hedge outside on
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
rock, little rock thing. Well, that was it. I got to Duxbury, and it was lovely. But then I started learning English and getting friends. They gave showers for me to meet them.
Who were
you know.
your first friends?
Sally White,
And
Dixie
it's-
Whites,
Oh, okay.
they were there, and the Eatons were, and Mrs. Eaton was very, very nice to me. Playing golf, always asked me to come and play golf with her, even though she was club champion, Massachusetts champion.
Wow.
And she said, come and play
Golly.
with me. She was so nice, really nice. She come from North Carolina or something. I don't know, and I get all the showers they gave me the recipes, how to cook, things like that.
Arroz con pollo.
Oh, no, the American
I know, I know.
recipes, American recipes, and they were so nice. Jeannie Dunmore, so many of them,
When did you meet Sydney and John Arnold?
Sydney moved here 2 years later, Sydney and John. She graduated from Radcliffe and he graduated from Harvard. And they got married and came to Duxbury. That was a couple of years later. And then I met them at the yacht club and everything. But they
What
were
did you
very
and
nice.
Frank used to do together?
Oh, we used to go to the yacht club because we became member like 3 weeks after we in May. At the end of May, we were members. We came in and he took me to one of the members of the, which is very different now. She was the head of the membership committee. We went to her house,
Right.
which was Bob. She was in real estate, but anyway, he was like a commodore or something. He was always sailing and asking you to come to his house and everything. Bob?
Fitzgibbons.
Huh?
Was it Fitzgibbons?
Fitzgibbon? No.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway.
Wow.
So they
Not
took
one
me
of the
to her
losses.
house. He was the head of the committee, and then she had a little party at her house and all the other members, and I met them. And then at the end of the month, I was sworn in as a member of the yacht, and I started playing golf right away. I went.
Did
started
Frank
taking
play
lessons.
golf, or like what did you and Frank do together that was fun?
We went to the yacht club dances. We went sailing. He took me to sandpaper the Baluch in the boatyard.
Sounds like fun.
Come on, let's go. Let's go do this. I went
Boys
there.
do. Come on.
Sandpaper. I go, wow, this is something. And then,
But then he bought the, what was the name of the sailboat that he bought? The first sailboat, the Amberjack?
oh, this was Granny's boat, I think. I don't think he had it. It was just the first summer.
Yeah,
I don't think he owned any boat then. It was Granny's, maybe the Shrimp or one of those, whatever.
yeah,
Maybe it was the Baluch. I think it was the Baluch.
yeah, I think it was.
The Baluch. It was the Baluch.
Yeah.
So we start sanding paper and sandpaper and say, oh boy, this is what they do here. Okay.
This is
So
what
we
they
went
do.
to the
Those crazy people.
movies outside. What do you call those things
How
outside?
long is this?
Drive-in movie.
Drive-ins.
Are you gonna watch it again?
Driving movies.
You get some.
And we used to go to that.
Not over me.
Where was there
And
a
people
drive-in?
with parties. The drive-in movie was in Kingston, where now is the
Stop and
Stop
Shop.
and Shop.
Yeah.
Really?
In the hill there was yeah.
Christian?
And then when Bob and Tommy were born, we used to go to the. We used to go
I
to
know.
to the movie
Those were
there.
so much fun. My first drive-in was like Goldfinger in the back of a station wagon. So cool.
It's the best.
Connie.
Yeah, the best.
It's the best.
Connie.
Thank
We
you,
used to go
Mom.
to Kingston Drive-In all the time.
Yeah,
So
Kingston
Maria-
Drive-in.